I got you, babe.
What a way to start watching Amazon.
Man, hey, that's Sonny and Cher. That's like
you channeling
classic
Sonny Bono is
jamming jams from the 70s,
okay.
man.
And since you are from the 70s as well, who are you?
It's your boy John from Colder Ice, right?
No bold
I just
one, no
lost
cold
it.
one.
I just lost it. Go
Really,
for
you
it.
were on a streak.
You haven't done
but
one in a while.
Yeah.
He is.
Brent Leary. All right, watching Amazon.
Yes, the weekend watching. It's here.
You
So-
you want to start?
Yeah,
Want me to
that's
start?
fine. I mean, I want to talk about. I'm sitting here looking, and right out the window here is a Dollar Tree, and we're gonna kind of be looking at what's going on in that space because it seems like Amazon has started highlighting some of their items that are under $10. So there's an actual space for items that are under $10 with free shipping on Amazon. So it looks like Amazon wants to get involved and get in that space of the dollar store, which is a very lucrative market if you don't understand it.
No, I think. Remember, we were saying mom and pops used to be
The 99-cent
the
store.
99-cent store, and
Right.
then these franchise like Dollar Tree and Family Dollar and all that, they
Right.
came in and kind of displaced some of the mom and pops, and now
Right.
it's like Amazon was maybe trying to displace them.
Possibly. I mean, right now, Dollar General is supposed to open up 900 stores. In
900.
the 900 stores this year in the U.S.
Wow.
And I know exactly. That's what people are not. When we're talking about the death of retail, it's like no.
Yeah.
When it comes to the dollar stores, they're growing. Not only that, if you go into a Dollar General now, you'll notice that pretty much what started off as these weird brands you never heard of, today now is full of brands you have heard of. They have successfully moved brands into creating product that would fit into their model. So whereas before you couldn't find $5 Tide, you know what I mean? Now they actually make a Tide box the size of that it needs to be to sell at that price and be on that shelf.
Ah,
Yeah,
so there's big money
big money.
in dollar transactions.
Right, well, it's not dollar transactions only,
Only, yeah.
but the economy itself and the separation between those that are here and those that are here, the center part is shrinking and shrinking. And so our economy is actually making more dollar conscious consumers.
And when we started talking about this, you were saying how these Family Dollars kind of displace mom and pop.
Mom and pops, yeah.
Does what Amazon is doing, because the products that are going to be sold are actually coming from third-party sellers. So is this kind of reverse boomerang return of the mom and pops selling through Amazon?
I doubt it. I mean, Amazon's business model is always removing the middleman. That's been always their business model. So the mom and pop store was, low priced items normally made in China. They put it in, stock a store, you know what I mean? People would buy. You're right now online, a lot of these dollar sellers are third party sellers, And I believe, Amazon wants to go directly to the manufacturer in China and fill their coffers with that crap, and people will buy.
The third-party sellers that maybe originally are providing these dollar items, eventually they're going to get cut out.
Your
too.
time is limited.
So basically,
Unless you're
everybody's
adding
time-
value.
Everybody's time is limited.
Everybody's time, everybody's time in retail is very limited unless you're adding real value.
All right, that's an interesting one. We have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so my first one is, I'm fascinated with Alexa.
Yeah.
I like my Echo devices.
Yes, you do.
And
Every week I got to hear about Alexa. What's it doing now?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, now Amazon, to make it even smarter, to make Alexa even smarter, Amazon is looking at designing their own AI chips. Now, that's pretty interesting, since basically we know they're great with the data part of it and utilizing the data from, running their machine learning stuff. So they make the services they're in the cloud, but now they want to get down to the actually manufacturing of the hardware to help with those insights, to help find those insights. So
What other chip are they making?
I don't know what other chips they're making. I don't know if, I'm assuming their devices are being made by other manufacturers.
Right.
But maybe they want to design the AI chip, and maybe then it'll be manufactured by somebody else. I don't know if it's just designing it or creating it, but they want their hands in as much as possible, being able to not only find the insight,
Right.
but actually have AI to optimize, maybe even speed up the process of making Alexa smart.
And we're seeing a lot of Alexa devices come out. I know new TVs are coming out.
Yep.
Appliances are coming out.
Yep.
I mean,
So this
is
could be another way to sell people some stuff, selling third-party manufacturers the chips, not just the service.
Absolutely.
But because you would figure the service would be better if there are
With you use a
chips
chip,
that
right.
are built specifically to optimize the service.
Yes.
So that could be another kind of
It's no, I think it is. It could be a way to put their chips in different devices and different things that are being created right now. It's like, hey, throw that chip in there and you're going to add a whole nother level of intelligence to a device that might be stupid.
And maybe they put in these chips, and here's a little piece for the chip for the advertising of our stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ultimately.
You know, but it's an interesting thing because I hadn't thought about that aspect of it. There's so many other manufacturers that are starting to build these smart devices.
Right.
Why not sell them chips to go along with Alexa?
How about that?
All right, that's one to keep your eye on.
That's a good one. Yes.
All
I
right.
like that one.
All right, you didn't like it at first, but I think
No,
I won you
it
over.
was yeah. That's not just hey, she's talking about.
I know.
You know.
I know.
So that's cool.
All right, so what's your next one?
My next one is it's not new.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is old. It's so old and ancient that if you actually go to the website for Amazon Mechanical Turks,
Oh, right.
right?
Right.
You remember those things?
Hey, it's been around for a long time.
It's been around since like the 70s. So
Yeah.
no, it's not the 70s, but Amazon has a platform that really is a marketplace that puts people that have a need, that need human intelligence to complete it,
Yeah.
a task. They have a marketplace where you can hire human intelligence, and it's called Mechanical Turks, M-Turks.
Yeah.
And you can get people to do things on that for like pennies,
Like next to nothing.
for next to nothing. I mean, like they call it on-demand human intelligence. Things like image tagging. I've actually used it for that. So, I can give them a bunch of images and say, come up with 3 tags, 3 unique tags, and I could pay them like 5 cents, and they'll do that.
That might be somebody that you
That's
tried to pay
probably
5 cents right there.
just to make phone calls, right? This one I just looked on there, right, and it's like draw a box around a actual item that's in a bunch of different photos. So here's like 50 photos, and what I need you to do is draw the box around the photos. It's like here's a clock. Draw a box around the clock in these 50 photos. 8 cents a piece.
8 cents.
8 cents.
And people are doing this.
Yeah, I mean, hey, how long does it take you to open a file, draw the box, close the file? I mean, you do 100 of that in an hour, that's $8. And a lot of these places that are, actually providing the services are third world countries, and
$8 goes a long way.
$8 can go a long way. So, Mechanical Turks, if you guys have never heard of it, it's like Fiverr on crack,
So let's take a broader outlook on this.
Yes.
How does this change the potential for, what people get to do work?
What people get to do work?
How much will they get paid, or how much, or is this going to affect the way?
I don't know.
that-
I don't know if that's. I don't really see. I think it's already manufactured its, place in, like I said, in third world countries where people are looking for work to do. They'll do that kind of repetitive task. But what I think that's interesting is that it's been out for so long. Amazon has never really talked about it, but they've maintained it for more than 10 years.
And it's not like a whole lot of work is going through this thing at this point.
No, I think the last time we looked was less than 1,000 actual jobs.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if this is what Amazon might peek into to see what tasks people need humans for that could possibly be done later with AI. So if we're talking about look at these 50 photos, find a clock, put a box around it, that could be easily done with AI.
Okay.
You know, and so they might be able to find different, you know, areas where they can jump in and create that capability with computers.
That's interesting. Another one to keep your eye on.
Another one to keep your eye on.
Last one.
Okay.
Do we feel sorry for, you know, the biggest retailer on the face of the earth?
Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bad
Yeah,
for it.
and that's because there's just a report that came out. I mean, every stat that I saw the holiday season online was just crazy. Everybody was selling more than they ever have. Of course, Amazon sold more than anybody has ever sold
Right.
online. And then you see what happened with Walmart, where their online sales fourth quarter actually decreased.
They slowed
Over
down.
third- yeah.
They slowed down. Yeah, I know, they slowed down.
Yeah, they were slowed down. Now, when everybody else is growing and accelerating, and we don't even have to say what Amazon is doing, is like almost 50% of every dollar online was spent on Amazon.
Right.
And Walmart decreases.
They have an answer to that.
What would that be?
Well, they
Prayer?
actually well, they actually said that they didn't anticipate the demand right, and so that they had not enough inventory
Is that it?
for.
Is that what
You're
had
not feeling
happened?
it. What happened was you're not feeling it, huh?
No.
No,
not
I'm
this
not
time.
either. Well, they do. I mean, why did this happen? What do you think?
I think they made a lot of moves. You know, they bought Jet.com.
Bonobos.
And they bought, so they bought some serious properties, and for them not to increase online sales in the
or at
biggest-
least maintain.
when everybody else is going up and they're going down. That's
Now they were up year over year.
they were
weren't
up year over year,
Okay, but the acceleration we
quarter-
saw in third quarter.
but did not carry
not
over
carry-
in
yeah.
fourth quarter, whereas everybody else is
Right.
like that. So you got to think, are they just fighting an uphill battle, or is it something that they may just have to figure out, well, we'll never actually be able to compete with Amazon, but we can figure out a way to at least make the best of this as we can?
I think it's for them it's really about the hybrid of the shopper that wants the convenience of an experience in store when they want it and the same experience online when they want it, and that's going to be a hard gap because they're creating an industry in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I just don't see them ever catching up online. This has got to be demoralizing. We saw their stock took a 10% hit yesterday.
10% hit.
Because those numbers just didn't make sense. They just don't add up to feeling good about where they are.
No, they don't. I mean, and Jet was not the big hit win that they
No,
would have
they spent
expected.
$3 billion on Jet.
Right,
And Jet
right.
was
Very minimal.
yeah, right.
Right. It's almost like they could have learned that on their own.
Yeah, unless they're buying Alibaba or something, that is not going to happen.
No,
I
I
just
don't
don't-
think they have the
No.
resources to buy.
No,
Not at all.
I don't. So
But I mean, now that you mention Ali, Ali has had problems in the U.S. market trying to create a marketplace and compete.
everybody does. Let's
Yeah.
just throw it out there. Amazon. One thing I think is totally underestimated or not talked about as much is the brilliant job they've done of branding and promoting. And look at what they've done with Alexa, the commercials and AWS.
That thing you like?
Yeah, that thing that apparently I'm not the only one that likes. But they have done a great job of making you think of them first and foremost when you think of online shopping. You can't.
But
it's
I
hard
mean,
to-
there was nobody else in the game.
but they use that to their advantage.
They did. They took a distributed online shopping world and turned that whole thing into their brand.
And you notice Amazon wasn't really in your face like they are now.
No.
Not until maybe 2-3 years ago is when they really went hard.
I'm trying to remember. I remember, like, you know, that smiling box on the porch. That was about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember it was like a Super Bowl commercial.
Remember when all of a sudden, like, Bezos would pop up on 60 Minutes right before a big...
Yeah, he used to do that every year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, he
just
talked
before
about
the
Jones
holiday.
that one
We're gonna
time.
bring Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
We're
get
still
a
waiting
60
for that.
minutes, you know.
But they've been really strategic about how they position themselves and promoted the brand. And you know me, I don't really like talk about this brand stuff, but you can't help but say, as big as Walmart was, they got ambushed in such a way that it's hard for them to catch up.
I think about what I thought was smart over the Super Bowl in that commercial was the influencers that they chose.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they were all, you
They
know,
were a very varied group.
they were very, very group.
Yeah.
It was very diverse, and
Yeah.
they knew that they wanted to reach different demographics, and they got the right people to do. It was very interesting what they chose to do and how they chose
But
to
I
move
still
that.
think the key to that commercial was Bezos. He was viable. He was believable
Yeah,
in the reaction
yeah.
when he said, "Are you sure this is going to work?"
Yeah.
And
I
that poor-
personally, you know, I mean, I think it was Cardi B, but that's okay.
people are like, "Who is she?" First of all,
Okay,
yeah.
if you don't know,
Yeah.
go ask somebody.
I didn't know until that commercial. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah, you. That's
anyway,
the way.
all in all, is Walmart. They're not going away, but it doesn't feel like they're getting up to speed either.
They're not, and I mean, look, their footprint is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they've got more stores everywhere, so it's not like Walmart's just like
Not like
going
Sears.
anywhere. Oof.
Not like Sears.
I don't think they're going to take that dive yet,
No.
you know, but I do think they understand how important online retail and putting a player in the market that can compete with this Amazon thing for them is important.
Very important.
Evidently, it's 10% enough important.
And on that note, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
We had
We're out of here, guys.
Yeah, see ya.
Oh, man.